Everybody smiles in the same language. A smile, let your light come shining through.
Welcome to the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow podcast. I'm Sandra M., coming to you from Santa Fe, New Mexico, the land of enchantment. This is our special holiday Celebrate Happiness podcast featuring Todd Lowry performing 3 of his uplifting original songs, one of which is our podcast theme song, Everybody Smiles in the Same Language. Along with sharing some history of each song, Todd has prepared a special gift, a karaoke track and the lyrics of our theme song so that you can sing along. And as always, we'll give you a key to happiness to include in your life. Todd Lowry is a pianist, an award-winning songwriter and arranger with 4,000 published arrangements, and he's recorded 16 albums of his original music. Welcome, Todd.
Well, thank you, Sandra. It's nice to be here.
Yes, and I'm so excited because you are the composer of our podcast theme song, Everybody Smiles in the Same Language. I just love that title. And I was just wondering, could you tell us a little bit about how you came to write that song?
Well, that's a good question because I don't remember exactly, but as a songwriter, I go around collecting titles sometimes, and I must have thought of that title and written it down. And one day, I guess I decided to write a song, and I just thought, well, it's a happy kind of sentiment, so I chose to do it in kind of a reggae style, and which always strikes me as being kind of happy music, sunny music. I mean, it comes from sunny climes. And then I guess I just wrote the whole thing. I mean, apparently I wrote it some years ago, not a long time ago, but maybe 4 years ago or something. And I didn't record it, though, until a couple of years ago. So, but it just came out nicely. I don't always remember exactly how the procedure was. I do keep files of every song and just to see kind of the drafts and all that. I haven't actually gone through the old drafts, but every song takes some time. I think this one probably took not a lot of time though. I mean, it kind of just popped out. I think it's it's not complicated or anything, but it's a nice song, I think, and has nice lyrics and nice music. So. I don't always remember how things happen, it just seemed to come out.
Well, no problem. You probably keep that as a secret anyway. But now why don't we just go ahead and hear it? I think it's going to be I love the song. I really love it. So...
Everybody smiles in the same language. A smile, let your light come shining through. That curve at the corner of your mouth sets everybody straight. Let your smile illuminate the view. Everybody smiles in the same language. Everybody wins with a contagious grin. A smile doesn't cost you anything. song, you'll find that love is all around. Follow your bliss, no one is against you. Be bold, be beautiful, just be you. Oh, 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 everybody smiles in the same language. A smile lets your light come shining through. The curve at the corner of your mouth sets everybody straight. Be bold, be beautiful, just be you. Be bold, be beautiful, just be you. Be bold, be beautiful, just be you. Everybody smiles in the same language. 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 Everybody smiles in the same language.
And Todd, now that was a fantastic song. I mean, the fact that you can actually do that so easily, I could never write a song. But I wanted now to go to the next song that you have given us that I think is so aptly titled, Friends. Friends are so important in life, especially over the holidays. And so again, the same question, does this song have some special meaning for you? When did you write this song? Were you like thinking of a special friend of some sort?
Well, I wrote this song fairly recently. I finished it for a series we did at my Unity church and on friendship. And I tell you, it comes out of two little things. First of all, the first line is, the only way to have a friend is to be a friend, which is a great line. That is actually that was actually said by Ralph Waldo Emerson, the great 19th century American writer and essayist and philosopher. You know, he was a very interesting guy. So I think that that sort of spurred the idea of the song. And then the other thing I was thinking about was actually Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, the guy who had the television show that ran probably from the, I don't know when he started, maybe the 60s to just past 2000. And the reason I thought of him was because I met the guy once. I worked for the company that published his music, and he came into our office, and he just had a nice impact on me. He was really like he is on TV. He was very gentle, positive, authentic. I mean, soft-spoken. And the thing about him is Fred Rogers actually started out with a music degree, and he studied composition, and he wrote all the songs on his show. He had a great piano player named Johnny Costa, who was just a great piano player, who really helped him out. But he was a musician first, and then later on he became a Presbyterian minister, and then studied child development and stuff. So he's really a musician at heart. And I don't know, I just thought of him. He just seemed like a great guy, and I sort of wrote it in sort of a Fred Rogers style, if there is such a thing. it's kind of talky, sort of, and if so, those two guys, Ralph Waldo Emerson and Fred Rogers, sort of influenced that song.
Well, I have a question. That's a fascinating, wonderful story, Todd. I love hearing that story. And now, when you say it's sort of like a Fred Rogers talky tune, what kind of a rhythm is it? You said the first one was reggae. So which one? What kind of a rhythm is this?
Well, it's kind of just a real easy sort of swing. It's not real unusual or anything. It's probably there are a lot of tunes that are written like that, and maybe some of his tunes. I mean, he's known for the tune "Won't You Be My Neighbor" or something like that. But it's just a real easy kind of going kind of tune, and I don't know. I just when I say it's written in his style, it's not like I've studied his style or anything, but it's just a nice little easygoing tune. I was sort of thinking of him, Mr. Rogers, So it's yeah. And there's some funny things in it, like it says when you're with a friend you can laugh or cry or get silly, and so we put a little sound effect in there and stuff. You know what I mean? It's I just had a nice time writing that tune, and it's not as serious as some of the things I write, but I like the tune. I like the tune, and I have to give Fred Rogers and Ralph Waldo Emerson some credit on that because they sort of inspired me to write that.
Well, now I'm excited, really excited to hear the tune. So it's just called Friends, right? And
Friends, yeah.
Well, Friends, yes. All right.
The only way to have a friend is to be one. Friendship is a special bond that's based on mutual trust. Friends are people who can see past each other's shortcomings and see each other's strengths and help each other work on both. When you have a friend, you can laugh or cry or get silly. You can share what's in your heart and mind, but your secrets are safe with me. I treasure all my friends. I'm grateful for the joy that they bring as we share mutual interests and respect. So be a friend, share with a friend, take some time to make a new friend. Trust your friends and listen to them. Make sure that you love your friends. My friends, I love my friends. I love my friends. I love my friends.
Well, you're absolutely right, Todd. That sounded just like a Fred Rogers tune. It really did. I loved it. And now we have one last song, and I just love the title of this one also. I mean, it's just so apropos. Let's create a world, and in parentheses, that works for all. Where did you come up with that idea?
Well, that phrase was used in my Unity Church. I don't know who used it.
Really did.
Sometimes these things are from years ago, and I write them down, write the title down or something. But somehow I just I use that phrase. Let's create a world that works for all, and because that's what we ought to do, And and I just wrote a tune around it. It's kind of rocky, kind of got a little boogie woogie sort of in there. It's a nice little tune. I mean, and it has a good sentiment, and like the lyrics for the ending of most of the verses are, and help each other up when we fall. Let's create a world that works for all. It has a nice sentiment to it.
And did you come up with all the lyrics, or again, were you inspired by a poet or somebody else?
I wrote the lyrics and the music for my songs. I've had opportunities to write with other people, but I've never found a partner that I just really jived with. I've had, I think maybe in my life I've had 3 or 4 writing partners, but one of them really ended kind of poorly, because she drove me crazy. But it's hard to find somebody who you really can write a song with. Although lots of songs nowadays they'll list like 8 writers or 13 writers or something. But I think that's pretty much just I think it's really kind of like everyone who was in the recording studio that day or something. But I think all the great songwriters were like, most of them were in pairs, like Rogers and Hart, or Rogers with Hammerstein, and a lot of them were singles. I mean, Stephen Sondheim wrote all his stuff. Cole Porter, Irving Berlin, they were solo writers. But I think it might. What's that?
I'm sorry. I wanted to get back to this idea of let's create a world. You said you got it from the Unity Church. I would think many of our listeners have no idea what the Unity community is. I know it's not a church.
Well, we like to call it a spiritual center. It's a denomination. It's basically I would call it a Christian denomination, but it's a little bit off the beaten track. I mean, it's we don't have a lot of heavy doctrine that we study. We study the Bible and stuff like that, but it's less doctrinal, let's say, than most denominations. It's very. I've been in that sort of thing I've been there for 24 years, and it's kind of similar to.
And you've written a lot of music. You've written a lot of music for that.
Yeah,
right.
I've written a lot of music, and they published, and the Unity has published a number of things and stuff. So that's given me a opportunity to write in a vein that I really can kind of be in agreement with and be excited about. So
Well, I'm just so excited, and the fact that it's a rock song, I really love that idea. And let's create a world. Excuse me, I just almost lost my voice there for a moment. Let's create a world that works for all. So let's listen.
Okay.
All people are created with sacred worth. Let's embrace our joy and dance around the earth. Let's be true to ourselves and help each other up when we fall. Let's create a world that works for all. The world just spins around, half the time we're upside down. Don't worry about a thing, girls, we stand on solid ground. Let's be true to ourselves and help each other up when we fall. Let's create a world that works for all. When you walk with love, you're walking on solid ground. You walk on solid ground. When you listen carefully, you hear angels all around. Hear angels all around. When you walk with love, peace of mind will be found. Peace of mind will be found. When you listen carefully, you hear angels all around. Angels all around. Our people, we were made for loving one love is God, we're all sisters and brothers. The love you give to others is the love you get in return. Let's create a world, create heaven on earth. All people are created with sacred worth. Let's embrace our joy and dance around the earth. Let's be true to ourselves and help each other up when we fall. Let's create a world that works for, a world that works for, a world that works for all.
Well, that was fantastic, Todd. I mean, I love your stories. You just the way you go about it, like you say, something just pops out. You just sort of get it together somehow. I think it's fantastic. I wish I had this gift, this talent. It's a tremendous gift to be able to write both music and lyrics. And I was just wondering, thank you so much, well, for sharing everything with us and sharing your music for the holidays. And I'm thinking that people will have this podcast and they can play these songs during the holidays when they just need a uplift, as they say, or they just want to relax. They just want to remember that friends are important, that everybody smiles in the same language, and that let's create a world that works for all. Do you have any final words that you want to tell us or anything you want to say before we end?
Well, I'm happy to share my music, and I hope it, brings some cheer to people in the holidays, and that's what I do. I just write songs, and that's what I do. I mean, and I hope everybody has a great holiday, and then, of course, a great New Year.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome, Sandra. Thank you for having me. Thanks.
Declutter. Decluttering sounds like a big project, but setting aside just 20 minutes a week can have a big impact. Set your timer. Take 15 minutes to tidy up a specific area of one room, your closet, for example, or toss or give away what is no longer useful. Create a giveaway box.
In the last 5 minutes, take a quick walk through your living space and put away whatever stray items end up in your path. Do this once a day, once a week, or when you feel your space is out of control.
Thank you for tuning in to the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow with us. And before we go, I would like to thank Todd Lowry for sharing 3 of his wonderful original songs. To share your happiness story on the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow podcast, email Sandra at sandramcknight.com.
Turn your smile on, you can't go wrong.